This video is a warning about a trap that affects millions of people, putting them into significant debt that can all be avoided if you had a basic understanding of how it works. Don't become a victim. If you read the title of the video, you already know what I'm going to be talking about: payday loans. Most people don't realize the potential harm they're putting themselves in by getting a payday loan. They're just happy to be getting the money. With most people, once they get the money, they usually think they solved their problem. Now they have the money to be able to pay off whatever expense they had, and in a couple weeks they pay back the loan, couple bucks interest on top, no big deal. Well, you're wrong, because it is a big deal. In most cases, people underestimate how much interest they'll have to pay on these loans. You wouldn't think that they have these extreme interest rates that they actually do. And most people don't even account for the fees that may be added on, because they're not told about them. Let me go ahead and show you just how much one of these loans can cost you. In this example, we're going to use $400. In most states, $500 is the max. It depends on where you live. In this example, we're going to use 391% APR, which in my research was about the average out there. Now you may be thinking, what? 391%? How is that even legal? I was asking the same thing because it doesn't make any sense to me. But regardless, let's calculate what our interest will be on a 2-week loan. So first we got to calculate what's the daily interest. So to do that, we divide 391% by 365 days and we get 1.07% a day. Then we're going to take our daily percentage rate and multiply it by the length of our loan. In this case, 14 days. So when we do that, our result is 14.98%. Then we're just going to go ahead and multiply the $400 loan by the 14.98%, and we're going to get $59.92. Now when you add that to the $400 you started with, now after only 2 weeks, you owe $459.92. But wait, it gets worse. We haven't even looked at the fees yet. Some places have fees just for signing up and getting the loan, and then of course you have your late fees, and then some places offer another fee to extend the length of the loan, give you an extra 2 weeks or another month on top of that, which is just accruing more interest and you're paying for it. How is anybody supposed to pay for this? It's outrageous. If you don't have $400 today, how are you going to have $500 plus in 2 weeks or a month? That doesn't make any sense, and it's trapping yourself. And a lot of people feel so trapped, they go to another payday loan to cover the one that they already have in another place. They're just juggling around the payday loans, creating a bigger trap for themselves until finally bankruptcy is the answer because they can't get away from these things. With these type of loans, you're setting yourself up for failure. You're fixing a problem temporarily, but creating a much bigger one down the road. And although I don't advise it, if you do choose to go with a payday loan, you really need to be prepared to pay whatever it is at the end of your loan so you don't create a bigger problem.